Give me shelter, shelter, shelter. Faces in the window, voices in the night. We are evil, and we are all divine. Just creations of the mind with faces in the window. Wow. Hey everybody, this is Darren. I've just given you a treat of singing a Ronnie James Dio song from the album Dream Evil, 1987, and that is an album that is currently on my USB stick in my car. From start, I have not listened to that album since London in 1994 or 5 when I found it in the garbage bin at a bookstore, basically in the milk cart. 1994 London, and you would have the milk cart, and you would buy the cassette tapes for 50 cents or $1 or whatever it was, and what's this Dio? Oh, I remember that from my child. Oh, sorry, let me use visual aids. Imagine this is the cassette, and this is me, and this is 25 years ago. Oh, what's this? Oh, hold on. I gotta write Dio on there. Dio. Cassette. Oh, what's this? Dio. Oh, I remember that from my childhood. That's the thing that scared me. When you'd go to Malo's TV and Stereo to rent VHS, and the videotape was there and you could rent it, and it was Dio live in concert. Oh, that's scary looking. Oh boy. But then, I grew up, and then, I'm curious about this. Let me take it home. And then I would put it in my cassette player and go, Jesus, this guy can sing. And he's now dead. Hopefully the camera's recording. Basically, I'm going to do a video, and I'm getting better at editing software, so I'm going to try to do a video today in two parts. First part, masking tape. Of course I joke, and I hope the camera's in focus here, because I got it on a tripod, and I focused it as best I could. So this video might be a little long, and well, hopefully I'm going to do it in two parts. First, I'm going to describe what I'm doing, what the idea of the video. And by the way, that's good coffee. You make that coffee? The date is what's Thursday now? Oh yeah. Okay, basically Wednesday. Yeah. So Wednesday, but it's Thursday. Wednesday, September 16th, 2020 at 1:20 p.m. p.m. Pacific Mountain Eastern Standard Daily Savings Time in the year of our Lord, my friend. But I'm taking the night off to do an art video. So basically, I'm going to do, I'm going to try as best I can to be an educator in this video. And I got a whole story about that. But anyways, we'll do our best. Let's just pretend I'm a mature adult and I'm an educator. And people say, how do you do your portraits? They're nice. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, my friend. But very, very simple, basically. Well, this is one technique in one of 1,000. Interesting side note. So we're going to be doing we're going to be breaking down Luke Skywalker. An interesting story about being an art teacher. Mac's girlfriend, Electra the Succubus, years ago. This must have been 15 years ago. She went away on a trip, basically, with her family. But she was an art teacher at the time, basically, and she asked me if I could cover a shift teaching children at the community center, and I begrudgingly went, tried to be reliable. I'm sure I went under protest, but she probably, remembering her the way I do, she probably guilted me or manipulated me to do that somehow. So I walked to the community center at 7 in the morning on no sleep, as per usual, because I was a fucking sorry about the swears. I'm supposed to make this a clean art channel. I was a loser back then. A lazy loser. Anyways, so I would have showed up there. I remember the weather was nice. I would have showed up. I would have walked because I had no car. I would have walked to the community center. I would have turned on Gouin, and then I would have walked into Pierrefonds Cultural Center, basically. Walked into Pierrefonds Cultural Center, and then I would have said, yeah, hi, I'm Darren. I'm here covering for... Or I don't even remember what I would say, but here covering for Electra the Succubus's art class. Okay, the classes are the kids will be in blah blah blah. So I remember seeing all the kids shuffle in, and then I cringe thinking about this. And then I would have walked in the class at 8 o'clock or whatever, 10 a.m. Community, go teach the children. I would have walked to the front, Hey, my name is, shut up everybody. And I would have wrote my name on the board with the chalk. My name is Mr. Hand. You know, if you cannot attend my class, whatever Mr. Hand said in Fast Time Ridgemont High. But no, I'm just kidding. I didn't do that. I walked in the class, I looked at the kids, and then I walked right out. And then, because I couldn't do it, I just couldn't do it. It was like a deer in the headlights. There's no way. And then I would have went back and told the lecturer the succubus on via phone, long distance at the time. You have a collect call from a lecturer the succubus, and I remember the phone bill was like $700 or $600. I had no idea that collect calls cost you money, or that type of money anyways. And she was screaming at me, she got fired, it's all my fault, you know, she used me as the fall guy. Well, you shouldn't have went on vacation, lecturer the succubus. Anyways, here we go. The point is, I couldn't teach, and I definitely didn't want to be around a bunch of group of, you know what I mean? Teaching was not for me, so it's ironic that I'm trying to make an art video teaching here. Here, let me turn the camera off and let's do part 2 because my camera shuts off after 10 minutes. But I'm going to keep these in real time. Okay, now that I'm done with my verbose story, let's tell you what's going on here. So, portraiture for dummies, basically. It's very, very simple. First of all, and it took me 12 years to develop or have the insight to be able to teach this at this concept, basically. So, first of all, you got to get yourself a good printer, and you got to not be fussy with your printer ink. You got to view it as a cost of doing business, and the more reference photo studies you have, the better. Don't be cheap on printing, was what I'm saying. Here's an example. Basically, I have a spare batch of ink here ready to go when this one dies. Basically, both color and black and white. So basically, don't worry about printer ink or it dying. Get familiar with your local printer refill site and become the guy's friend, even though he doesn't like Darren in his shop and he tells Darren to wash his hands and he doesn't like his jokes about not wearing a mask. So don't be that guy, basically. So anyway, don't skimp on printing. Get yourself a box of paper, basically, 500 sheets of paper, and your printer is your best friend, basically. It's how you're going to learn. So print out a high quality, if you're going to do color, print out in full color, and then use this and look at it. Look at it, okay? Basically, examine what the components are. And the components basically are, there's a framework, basically. There is a skin tint, which is the skin tint base. The base is a skin tint, basically, so that would be a peach, and then there's an orange mid-tone, which you can see in here, basically, and there's the outline of his face, you can sort of view as a cartoon, and then there's shadowing and things like that. So basically, to create a piece of a portrait, which basically, this is a portrait from the Star Wars poster created by Darrens Art Show-A-Loon. So this basically was the reference photo for this portrait. Now this is a really low resolution printout, but it's the best I could do. I'm trying to track down the print of the poster, basically, in my community. That's going to cost about 20 bucks. I'll just whole story about my Star Wars poster. Sorry, I won't tell it now. It's going to just stick to the point, basically. And basically, you want to translate, basically, this is the sketch, the initial sketch from Darrens Art Show-A-Loon before he painted it. But it might not be the exact one, but this man, this became this, basically, after paint, basically. Might not be the exact one, but this is the artist, basically. This is basically what this looks like before that. So you have to translate, you want to translate this photo into this, basically, for this technique. So you're going to basically, you take your pencil, basically, and you sort of translate to the best of your understanding what is the geography of the human face, the bare minimum or whatever, and then the orange, basically, and then the skin tone, basically. As you can see, I've drawn out here. So I've drawn over a hold on, am I in framework here? Basically, yeah. So basically, so I've drawn over this, and this is printed on basically photographic paper, but it's hold on. Let me see. Let me tell you guys what it is here. It's Canon matte photo paper. I'm trying to. I try all different papers basically, but I won't be buying this again for photography anyways, because it's not really photo paper in the end. It looks more just like paper. Cost me $20 basically. That's another thing. Spare no expense basically on your you know, you get watercolor pads, just anything in the rainbow. You can draw on toilet paper for God's sakes if you want. But anyways, so you know what? I'll just you know what? I'll do it all in one video basically today. I'm not gonna edit it. Here, let me. So basically, and become best friends with a sharpener, because you always want to have sharp pencils basically, and bring it to a razor point basically, and then so here, yeah. Let me hold on. I'm gonna get better at these videos, people. Technically, but so today you got to take what you can take what I'm offering, and then and be happy with that, because you can't have everything in life. So you find out basically. Look. Translate this drawing. The bare necessity, what I need to do to translate this to a drawing here on the shirt, basically. So it seems the line is right here, and this is before you do the portrait. This is a study, basically. This is designed to be a throwaway study. I want to understand what the elements of this artwork is, and then I'll draw it. You know, but don't view this as a drawing. Well, you can if you want, but. This is just a study in what components I need to draw this, and then you'll go and draw it later. It's a study basically. Hold on, let me shut the camera off and restart it. Okay, we're back. So yeah, so we need, and you can see how smart I am here. Well, hold on, that's stupid. So basically, there's another line here, and we don't have to really. It comes. You understand very, very quickly, and then you could sort of make up. You could sort of see. And you're going with the grain of the sweater, and then you can see there's shadow in here basically. So go liberal on the shadow. Everything can be liberal except for the framework here. This needs to be exact, or the face won't look alike. But when you get down to the shirt and hair, it can be liberal shading. And as you can see here, we can sort of see. You can see. Hold on. You can see what he's done here basically. This guy's the master, by the way. So we're studying this master, and this jackass filming is trying to become a master, but that probably won't happen ever, and if it does, I'll be dead. And then they'll say, oh, he was a good artist, why didn't we appreciate him when he was alive? Because that's just the way the cookie crumbles, I guess, you know. And then hopefully my body of work will fall at the Louvre, which is very highly unlikely. It'll probably end up at the garbage, but you know, you gotta hope, right, people? You know? So basically, and here's the framework, and then there's a bit of shadow, and as you can see what he's done here, basically. So now the face. The face, we only need this line right here. And this is the translation of the framework of his face into drawing. And I would put more care into this example had it not be for me concentrating to speaking and paying attention to the camera, making sure it doesn't shut off. Basically now, and we don't have to worry about the skin tone. We have to worry about the framework, the orange mid-tone, and the skin tone. We don't have to worry about. Consider that a transparency, because that would be airbrushed in later. That would be airbrushed in later. You see, I made a printout here of what one does not have to worry about. One does not have to worry about the skin tone, because it will be, here, let me give you an example. It will be, I'm looking for a soft pastel here. It will be, imagine, hold on, I need a piece of toilet paper. So, I got my toilet paper here, and it would be the last stage, so you would basically, I would tint it in with airbrush, or it doesn't matter, like, so the skin tone you don't have to worry about. Use it as a transparency, because it would be the final, so you would add it like that, but we need to worry about the framework, so he's going to look right, basically. So basically, so now, so now we sharpen our orange pencil, as so, and then we would find out where the midtones are. Basically, the midtone orange. And so when we would shade, we'd only have to find out where it is on the photo, and just add it like this, the pencil on its side, circles or whatever. Actually, if my mother's watching this, my grandmother taught me this little technique when I was, well, I was 6 or whatever. I remember she used to color by doing little circles. Actually, she would have did it like this if my mom's watching that. So, and I always retain that basically. So now there's some orange in here. You could see under his lip. So and it's gonna look like him basically. It's gonna look like him as long as you find these little road maps basically, and then for underneath the and go with the grain too basically. Go with the, you know, for example, like the grain. Well, sort of the, not the grain, but the, I guess the way I would imagine that it would be in that direction. Another direction, see, you could see here, I would imagine the shadow, the orange midtone would be in this direction. And there's a little bit of orange here on his dimple, on his whatever, dimple, whatever. Just a side note, I was in the bank a few days ago to put $100 in my Scotia, basically, to get it back up to something something in the to get it to look something more decent than how empty it is. And then the teller basically said, "You could have did it at the ATM, sir." And she was being a real bitch to me, basically. Was it her? No, sorry, this is a different story. Sorry, I went for an MRI. Sorry, I was mixing up people. I went for an MRI about a week or two ago, and the administration's, the girl who admitted me and gave me my hospital card basically had these 2 dimples on her cheeks, and I was trying to make her day, so I told her she had nice dimples, and that made her smile. So basically, and she did have nice dimples too. And you get more honey with bees, don't you, people? If that's the saying, you get more honey with I don't know. So and you could see here the midtones. You would shape it here, and then do that, and you could see it would and there's a bit here. And so basically, the framework is here, and here, and here, and then boom, 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 boom. But if you use too much gray, then the face looks all dirty and stuff like that. So, so for example, if you did the midtones in orange in grayscale, which would be a grayscale drawings, on a portrait color, it might look a little dirty. So and a little look off. But basically, for this example, the midtones are of an orange nature. So now let's move on to the. And the framework here would be here, and you can be liberal with this because it's just a sweater, and it's gonna, the details you're adding in are going to suggest that it's the eye is gonna view it as a garment basically, because it's attached to, you know, his neck, you know, obviously. But you can be more liberal, right? And basically. When you would add tint, basically. Hold on, let me get another pastel. So yeah, once you're done the framework on a shirt, real liberal, basically, and anything, just anything. Oh, look at that. It doesn't really matter. It's just a sweater. The eye is gonna register that as a schmuck, basically. A schmuck because it's attached to a human neck, basically. So, and then once we add the tint, say it's yellow, we would take the orange pastel. This is not pastel. These are. Hold on. Let me find some pastels here. We are evil and we are all divine. Just creations of the mind. Faces in the wind. Hold on. I'm looking for my pastels here. Yeah. Okay. No, it's not them. Never find anything, people. Having trouble finding my pastels here. Hold on. I'm looking. The problem is I can't see anything, people. I guess we're gonna have to use blue because that's the only thing I can find right now. Hold on. Yeah, I can't find anything. Sorry, the only one I can find is blue. So when we would add the tint basically. Hold on, it's crumbling. You would add the tint basically, like the tint would, you know. Oh, look how nice that looks now. See, and then of course hold on. I'm working on people. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, here's another trick you could do. Get these dollar store trays and like have all your blues in one, you know. And oh yeah. So I just found these napkins. Basically, I got these from the gas station. Basically, I mentioned in my last video that if you need napkins, you're too cheap to pay for them. Go to the gas station, fill up 20 bucks in gas, and grab a little handful. And the tenant usually doesn't care because he's a jerk off, basically. Who doesn't care about his job, especially if it's a teenager. So, and then the highlight would be you would like that, you know. So it separates the. It'd be nice, you know. And sorry, the camera shut off. Yeah, so let's translate the hair into drawing now. So let's use a 7B. Another little trick you could do here. Basically, hold on. I'm working on it. Hold on. Where's my pencil? Oh yeah, okay. Let's use the 6B. I like these 6Bs from the dollar store. I prefer the Stedler high quality ones from the art store, but they're $2 for one. And in recent times, they've the 7Bs and the 8Bs used to be charcoal black, but for some reason they've made them into gray now. It's a more soft pencil min, but it's not as dark as they were before. I don't know why they did that, but anyways. Or you could use the Faber-Castells, which is more of a wax, but that's great though. But in this case, let's use the 6B. So let's translate his hair. So we can see there's a lock here. You can see here. Oh, you can see what Drew has done here. He's basically, there's a lock here. There's a lock here. And if you look at the hair might be intimidating, but if you could just break it down into the framework and the tint will make it. The tint, after the tint is applied, it will tell the human eye that that's hair basically. But for now, let's worry about the framework. So the framework, there's one here, one here, one here, one here, and boom, 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 and then we have shadow here basically. And this, a little lock here, framework here, boom, 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 framework. And okay, so that's an example of and so now let's do the eyes. The eyes basically, the framework for the eyes, you need to, it's there, basically, here, it's very simple, here, 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 a little black dot, and then of course the highlight will come out later, so the framework's here, boom, 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 and a bit here, a little bit there, and then the rest of the framework would be mid-tone shadow, basically. Boom, 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 a little bit here, gets more liberal. This has to be accurate, and it can start becoming liberal. And so that's how you can do an eye, and then of course the rest is skin tone, a light tone, which is here, 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 and I would airbrush this and airbrush that in, or whatever, basically, and then like that, basically, and that's basically it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a breakdown of portraiture for dummies, basically. This is a study, though, as I say. Now that we understand how to do this, we can do it on an actual piece of paper now. Okay, take care, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video.